Hi, this is Mrs. Smith. This tutorial will go over periods, how they equal the energy levels in the atoms, and family groups, how that represents valence electrons. Okay, first, there are 7 periods on the periodic table. Periods go across. So I'm going to put a period at the end of each of those numbers. Whenever you read a sentence, you read across and then you put a period at the end. So all the elements that go across together are all in the same period that way. Okay. And the period level tells you how many rings around the atom it's going to have. Family groups. So here is family group 1. All of these are in the same family. Remember, we are family. We move down the columns you see. So family group 1 has 1 valence electron. Family group 2 has 2 valence electrons. We're going to skip these right now for 8th grade purposes. We'll deal with those later. But now family group 13 has 3 valence electrons. 14 has 4 valence electrons. I know that it doesn't have 14 because remember we talked about these shells can't even hold 14. They hold 8 is the most they can hold. So group 5, 5, 15, 5 valence electrons, and so forth. Now, family group 18, the noble gases, is special. All of these have a full energy level. They're not going to react with the other elements. Okay, so the bell ringer going over period and family groups. Use the diagram and the periodic table above. So I have to look at this, and this is a little snippet or a portion of the periodic table. What period can this element be found in? Count the rings. So here's 1 ring on this atom. That's the 2nd ring. That's the 3rd ring. So it has 3 rings. That means it's in the 3rd period. So it's one of these elements on the snippet. Which element have the same number of energy levels as this element? So periods on the periodic table tells you the number of energy levels. Energy levels means the rings there. Instead of rings, it may call them shells. It may say the orbits around it. Electrons orbit the nucleus, kind of like the planets orbit the sun. So all of these synonyms you need to know. Okay, so which other element has the same number of energy levels? I'm looking for elements in the same period. I have argon, chlorine, sulfur, and so forth, the rest of these. How many valence electrons does this element have? Remember we said valence electrons are those family numbers. So group 18 has 8, 17 has 7. So valence electrons are the one in the outside shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 is special. I already know 8 is full. That's going to be one of these in the noble gases. What element is in the same family group as this element? So same family. We are family. We move down the columns you see. So I have helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, all of those. Okay. Next, name the element in the diagram. Tell 2 different ways you can tell. So one way you can tell by valence electrons, we said was 8. I know it is somewhere here. Then energy levels we said was 1, 2, 3. That's the periods. So period 3 is here. So where those 2 intersect, right here, I can tell that way. So this atom is a diagram of argon. Name two ways I can tell. I can match up the period and valence electrons. And everybody should know this way. This is the most important way. Protons identifies the element. So this tells me that it has 18 protons. Now it's hard to see on this little snippet, so I'm going to go back to this periodic table. 18 right here is argon. Remember, number of protons is the atomic number. So I can look at the protons. Okay. Then number 5, place a letter in the box next to the correct statement. So I'm going to place an A for arrow A, a B for arrow B, a C for arrow C. Okay. Let me get rid of some of this scribbling. Okay. So I have arrow A is going across that way. I have arrow B is going down. And then let me get another color. I have arrow C going across. So I can tell you right now that diagonal means nothing on the periodic table. I'm never going to use answer choice C for the arrow C. So tells energy levels. Energy levels is by the period number. The periods tells you energy. They go across. So that would be arrow A. Tells periods. Remember we said energy level. You get that from the periods here. Period 3, 3 energy levels. Period 2, 2 energy levels. So again, that's arrow A. It goes across. Tells valence electrons. Now that's our family groups. These numbers tells us our valence electrons. So all of these have 8 except helium. All of these have 7. So that goes down, which matches up with arrow B. Tells rings in the electron cloud. How many rings does an atom have? The rings matches up with the periods. Periods, rings. So that again is arrow A. Tells family groups. We are family. We move down the column you see is arrow B. Right there. Okay? So hope this helps. Until next time, bye-bye.